So we were out riding on Saturday, had a very good day, out all day, got home, washed the bike off, did as I normally do on a Saturday, or any day I ride, start the bike up after I've washed it, so get it warm, dry it out. So I left it ticking over for 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, got fully warm, fan kicked in, and I went over, just give it a couple of blips on throttle, just to clear the crankcase or any extra fuel, and it made a horrible noise. So I'm pretty sure it's Flywheel. I'll let you listen to that in a minute. But we need to rebuild this engine anyway. This engine's not healthy with them main bearings. So I don't know what to do. If this turns out to be an easy fix, I'll probably fix it, ride it one more weekend, get all my parts ordered for the rebuild, and then, well, the ones that I actually think I need. So just basic gasket set. If the piston and rings are all right, I'll just leave them as they are, because it seems to be running all right anyway. If I can't do this an easy fix, I need to change crank anyway. I just really do, and I'll show you why in a minute. So first, let me let you listen to the noise. So this is actually a cold start. Cold start. Why do people on the internet get excited about cold starts? What's so good about a cold start? Right. I'm not going to run it for long in case it has a poop completely. Can you hear that? Right. That's enough of that. My thinking is that is the flywheel coming loose. I'm hoping it's the flywheel coming loose, but it's not the first time it's done this. Right, so let's get the cover off, stator cover. So it's an 8mm. You normally have a little circlip on there, on the TRS, but mine doesn't because I lost it. And I can't be bothered to put it back on. 4mm Allen key. Things don't change and we're never gonna learn. So let the afternoon slip into a haze at the race. Alright. See what damage we've got. This will be tough to get off because it's magnetised. Once you get it so far, it'll just fall. There you go. Well, there's some water in there anyway, but I expected that kinda, because I'd ordered the gasket and it's not turned up from Saunders yet. So let's just unplug that. You can hear now how rough those main bearings are. So let's inspect that Woodruff key. 27mm. Now these are made out of aluminium, the nuts. So that didn't seem to have a lot of torque on it. But I'm always afraid to put too much torque on these little aluminium nuts. Just for the simple reason that they're aluminium and they will strip out dead easy. May replace that one. So this puller is off a beater. So it probably won't work. Like a beater doesn't it? 24mm socket. Foot tend. There we go. Let's pull flywheel off. And that's Woodruff key dropped. So Woodruff key's still in one piece. That looks about right from how I've mounted it. What I might do is, I might just grind that down a little bit more, because what might be happening is it might not be able to fully seat. The flywheel might still be pushed off a little bit, so it can't, it seemed to come off quite easy as well, the flywheel. So it might not be hitting the cones and locking into place. See if that will show up. You see the damage? There's damage inside that, the keyway. Now when you put the actual Woodruff key in, it seats really nicely, which is strange. But then when you fire the bike up, obviously, you can hear that noise. Yeah, I might just take a little bit more off it, just file a bit more off. So yeah, I'm changing crank anyway. That's going to be changed. But for now, I just want to get it running so I can ride next weekend. It's not just me, I take everybody else out riding, so if I don't ride, nobody else rides. And then I feel bad. Because we like riding, don't we, people? I also like fixing things. So I've got a couple of telltale signs there, look. You can see something's been hitting on the outside and made a little mark. Now, if you look inside the actual flywheel, you can see a bit of damage in the keyway. And that's where the old key got in between the crank and the flywheel, and then the flywheel spun. And that was because the threads stripped out of the main nut. Look at that. So yeah, let's try and fit it back up. See, it seems to fit all the way home, but we've still got a little bit of rocking. So that's making me think that the Woodruff key is actually holding flywheel off a little bit. Right, that's filed down just a bit more. Hopefully that won't sit as proud now, so the flywheel will go all the way home behind it. Let's drop the flywheel into place. Here she goes. Yep. A little note with soft hammer, so you can get it right the way home. Still a tiny bit of movement. Let's knock it on. So let's get this nut tightened up. This nut terrifies me. You've got to put so much torque on it. I just think it's going to strip out. And no, yeah, that's seriously over torqued, but it has to be because it were coming undone on me. This time I will definitely put some Loctite on it. I mean, we did before, but we need to dry that out. It's got a bit of water in it from washing. So that's. All right, swaz these back in. I know what you're going to say. We don't use the gun. I'm only putting 2 ugga-duggers on it. 3 ugga-duggers. That's 3 ugga-duggers. 4 ugga-duggers, shoot me. Right. So let's see if that's made any difference whatsoever. Right, 2 things before I carry on and try and start this up and see if that's worked. Don't replicate what I do. I'm a moron, right? and I've been doing this for a long time. So always look for your torque settings. Don't use your ugga gun. I'm just doing it because, well, I can, because it's my bike and they're my tools. And I've been doing it for so long now, I kind of know where to draw the line. Secondly, I just want to thank everybody for your nice comments about the trials bikes. I really do want to do the trials bikes, but up to now, the last video, it's the worst performing video I've ever had. And that's not for anything bad for everybody who's commented, because I really love the comments. And it's really encouraging for me to carry on doing trials bike stuff. So that's why I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the strip and rebuild, even though it's, like I said, it's the worst performing video I've had. It's a 10 out of 10, which is not good if anybody knows YouTube. But like I say, I'm going to do the strip down and rebuild anyway, just because I want to. Now, I don't know what that noise is, whether that is the tools on the bench. I've just realised what it is. The bolt, right, it sounds like the bolt for Sump has fell out again. And that's what that noise is. It's vibrating, and there's me thinking it's coming from inside Flywheel. And that's just because I've had so much trouble with it in the past. I just assumed it was that. So let's get it on its side and investigate that sump. So there's what's happened. You can see that bolt's pulled out, that was replaced, and then the other one's pulled out as well. But that has pulled out all of those helicoils. So we're going to have to re-helicoil the frame. That's not a problem. We can fix that. I may even try and put some time certs in there, because time certs are much better than helicoils. But you have to drill a bigger hole. That's not that much of a problem. It will be a modification. So let's get the sump off. But to get to the bolt for the sump, you've got to take the exhaust off, which is these two. Things you don't want to see when you're stripping off a sump plate. All your helicoils. There you go. There's still some thread left in there, so I'm going to have to dig that thread out or drill it out. So yeah, we're either going to have to fit some time certs or helicoils, or possibly riv nuts. I've got some riv nuts, so we might do that. So I've got some riv nuts here, and that's the 8mm one, which is what the bolts are for the sump plate. But you would have to drill it out to 12mm, and I don't really want to drill it out to 12, not from 8. You can see that is how the helicoil's been fitted. But that one, I don't know if that actually is coming out at all. That one in there is hollow. So if I do fit some helicoils, it's going to fall all the way inside, because a helicoil, it's supposed to have a base to it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up some time certs, and you'll get a better finish, because you've got steel threads. There's one more thing I need to look at. While we were out riding, my mate's daughter fell off and needed assistance, so I just quickly ran up my bike on the stand and helped her out. When I looked round, it had gone over the top of the stand and bent it. So I thought, was dig it out around, stand it up. But my stand's in a real bad way, and it's not the first time that's happened either. We've bent it before. So I'm expecting this time, when I straighten it up, it's going to snap. But it'll make for good content and you can all laugh at me when I snap it. Look at that. About as straight as Julian Clary that is. Look how far it is back. So let's get that off. But the next one's broadcast live online. It's fun of mine with an own contract. View the times to the eyes of the people that saw it first. First to website to worldwide. All in one night, believe that you're on side. Young enough to survive, and they tried the machinery that allows you to follow pornography. And not like previously, when 30 magazines were passed round evenly between friends on quests who actually went outside. But this stuff got to gotta get back inside. Living in the right time and live online. There's nowhere left to hide. But do use it that wise, I'm in two minds. I can't decide. It's never day or night time and live online. There's nowhere left to hide. But do use it that wise, still in two minds. Oh dear. I don't want to come out, so we'll have to take out the bottom bolts now to hold it to swing on. It's been a little bitch, this bike. Well, you can see how bent it is now. I think that is going to snap. When I try to bend that back, I don't think there's much hope. But we'll give it a go. I'll try and find a socket. Give that the best chance. That'll do. Oh dear, I've chewed that up badly. Right, so let's get that glowing. This is going to take a while. Get that jammed into the vice like that. You get both hands on it. Ah, shit. That's not good. Well, it's got to come out. Right, I've got an idea. Right, my idea is I'm going to cut a slot in top and I'm going to use my impact screwdriver. Proper glasses and everything. Snake bit and feet, then there's £1,000,000 cost. Politicians scuba, the powerful few understand the poverty subsidizes me and you. But maybe we'll live to see some brighter days. And then again, see we're civilized. Bit, whack it in there, and then give that a good scotch. Hopefully that don't fall out. Domination rules. Oh, yes, it came out. Beautiful. Right. And it's cool enough to touch. Booming. Job number one. Side fan's fighting me. That is still hot. Take that off, that's for the next job. Next job, straighten that bad boy up. Out with the heater again. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get it so far just with the vice, just squeeze it in the vice a little bit. But I'm going to need to get that hot. Now if I put it in the vice and then heat it up, the vice is going to soak in all that heat. So I won't get it as hot as I possibly can. So I'm going to heat that bit up on its own. Just heating up the part that I want to bend. I really do think this is going to snap. Just for simple reason, I've done this before, bent it this way and bent it back. So aluminium, I've done it with levers when I've tried to straighten levers out. You bend them again, the second time you try to straighten them, they always snap, always. But if it does, it does. I just run without one. Unless anybody wants to donate one.
And then again, I think we're civilized, we're not far from apes.
Now that's going to be super, super hot, so. Please don't snap, please don't snap, please don't snap, please don't snap, please don't snap. Go on, just bend, don't snap. Please, just bend. Just bend. Just bend. We're gonna have to put some English on it. Do the tube to put over it. I'm sure I've got one. This tube has been used for all sorts. No, not that. Keep it clean. Here's where I snap it. Still a mile out. Yeah, it needs to go loads more. I'm scared though. It's gonna snap. Another minute with the heat gun. Alright. Okay then. Please don't snap, please don't snap. Whoa! That's looking good. I wasn't expecting that, I've got to be honest. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. The job done. So then, we'll get that bolt out, let's replace that bolt. Put it all back together, bolt it on. Jobs are good, Jim. 8mm. Right, I've got a button head, which is that type, but I'm going to upgrade it to a cap head because why not? And they're a lot more less likely to round out. So I'm going to use one of them. That's an upgrade. Sorry, did I get you?
Now you know the sort of person that just sits around and wastes the days. Gets stoned and thinks of a million ways to find a little cash, to buy a little grass. You make it in a bang cause you've got
grease on this. Call that a top hat for obvious reasons. And a bit of grease into oil. Just make sure that's right, isn't it? That way. And then washer. No, I think we're alright. Yeah, that'll do. That's not falling out anytime soon. Bolt him straight in. Perfect. It's in perfect position, it's coming out far enough so it's not going to go off its stand. Absolutely average. This is a CDI that I originally took off that I know isn't giving out any spark. And I just wondered, if I cracked it open, could I see anything wrong with it? So that's what I'm going to do. Let's find out. So it's all set in wax. So you can't actually get to the actual gubbins, but it is peeling off. Let's see if we can shave a bit off.
Now you know the sort of person that just sits around and wastes the days, gets stoned and thinks.
So just looking at this now, I've stripped it all off. It's weird, it's like some kind of, it's like a mixture of rubber and wax. And it's really odd stuff. And the only thing I can actually find that's a little bit burned out or damaged is there in the corner. And obviously there's no way of me knowing what that part is, but it definitely looks burned out, different to everything else on board. All the rest of board, once that stuff's off it, looks fairly normal. Obviously I'm not into electronics. That is definitely not my thing. I do find it fascinating, and if you ever wanted to know what it looks like on the inside of a gasgas, TRS, sherco, scoper, ECU or CDI, there it is.
Just send it through tape, we might like anyway.